Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's time for the final reset day of the Energy Surge season. My name is Lewpac, and I'm feeling a lot better than I have in the previous week, so we are ready to give you some hot action. And joining me, of course, is Shozen and Tazzik, but no time for chit-chat, as it seems the action has already begun. Half an hour before the territories are even available, the cluster queue just went hot in this zone as Rang have been putting it to the 6 Alliance. We've seen almost a wipe already, but it does look like 6 is back in numbers and working the surround here, Shozen.
And Send has been working their ass off to keep this fight within reason, but Surf just entered the room.
Wait, who is Surf with?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're a third party in this situation.
Okay, just here for the fun.
Because they're having a war against 6. There is a 6 and Surf war going on. It's been up in the north. Surf has been going out of their way for content, but Rang has been fighting everybody lately, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this fight, as I believe Surf is going to come over the top and completely crush Doom.
Look at the corner. I mean, we've seen this particular corner multiple times, right? It's a natural like choke points and stuff, but you can find yourself backed into this southern corner on these forest maps, and it's not a nice place to be when you're surrounded on all sides. Rang are giving as good as they've getting, but they are full surrounded right now, like from every angle, and these boys doing their best actually to hold off the waves, but every single person they lose is so painful, isn't it?
Absolutely. They don't have the numbers that their opponents do. They have quality, but they don't have quantity right now. So they have to make their opponent pay every time they engage, take out 6 or 7 of them. They can't afford to lose more than 1 player in engagement, if that, Lewpac, if that.
They also have 4 at least battle mounts here. So that's 4 guys that aren't, doing the big damage, not healing. They are support units, which is fine. But as your troops die, your battle mounts become less valuable. And I think they're actually looking for an angle out of here. We'll see. We're about to see what
the top on this.
Well, we're about to see what the diplomacy situation is. Because 6 and Surf are doing
6 and Surf are fighting over here. And comes these guys bombing over the wall. Yeah, I think that these guys are going to try to make sure that Surf engages with 6, giving them some breathing room, act as a third party in this between these 2 larger groups at this point, because Rang is down to just a singular guild at this point. They no longer have value in Send. Value has joined IDC.
Okay, well, it does
we can head over to Dominant, and Dominant has engaged with 6 over on the western side of this battle, and they're drawing them long. They're pulling them along the western flanks. Every time these guys try to get a secondary side on them, M3R is just getting clapped out of existence. And now Envy has joined as well. I do see Black Order on the field.
I will have to find out who they're with in a minute, because these things change so often. It does look like the Rang boys took that opportunity graciously to depart with what was left of their force. Probably wisely not to get stuck in the middle of this with a whittled down numbers. But right now the 6 guys are just getting murdered, and they're not really putting out much in return, to be honest. Like, they're slowing them up.
Rang is currently fighting in the backside of Title and 6. There is a clump of both of them, and Nico Meister and the boys are absolutely third-partying this. They did just get completely clumped up, though. Great defensives down by the returning players to make sure that not everybody got wiped out of existence. But Rang is going to have to reposition if they don't want to get wiped by Surf, which has now noticed them. And
this is what I like, though. Like,
this is brutal. This is an awesome fight.
There's no hand-holding here. There's no like, oh, we're with this other alliance. It's just a good old-fashioned 3-way. And you see a clump of reds, you drop on it. No questions asked right now. That's how it should be, really.
6 has a couple of problems here, because they are in 4 separate alliances, so they have to do some very quick reading.
Oh, wow. That's often a disadvantage, honestly, in these situations. Rang is going to get run into by Tidal here and the rest of the Surf boys, and it's just, oh my goodness.
They are getting overwhelmed. Nico Meister is completely surrounded.
They're going to return some fire, actually. Some reasonable DPS, but not quite enough. Look at those enigmatics. There were so many enigmatics coming, and this is going to be, if they don't get out of this one, this is probably going to be the kill shot for this fight for them. That is going to be too many casualties. Yeah, that's too many casualties for them to ride out now. And I think it's going to be the call of every man for himself. Get out if you can. The words that nobody wants to hear from their shot caller during a ZVZ. But I think that's got to be the call there, especially those battle mounts.
And there is still a queue update coming. Like, there are more people in line to get into this zone. 6 has been pushed out pretty much completely out of this fight. I'm not seeing them here. That giant blob is mostly comprised of Title and other Surf members as Yowzer. They came in force today.
And right now, you can't even take this territory. Like, for we will explain now that the action has calmed down. We'll give you a proper introduction to Reset Day in case you're a new viewer and you don't know what's going on, or you just need a gentle reminder that the reason everybody's out in force today is what we call Reset or Invasion Day, which is when you can capture these territories. They all come up for grabs simultaneously in 2 resets, the EU and the NA reset, as we call them. And they're not actually live for another 20 minutes our time. So these guys are out early and fighting early today, Shozen.
Yeah, they did want to get into it pretty quick today. They weren't messing around. What's that word? Slow down.
Okay.
Overlords. I put it in chat there. He's a tank, I think.
Let's have a look. Yep, coming on in to check in.
Oh my! I haven't had. This is a wild bridge fight here. This is nasty.
These guys have the ADHD have fortified themselves on an island here, this is great because, as you said earlier, Shozen, the 6th alliance is split into multiple smaller alliances. And for anyone not familiar with ZVZing, the reason they do this is to lower their disarray. Disarray is a debuff. The more people you have from one alliance in a zone, the higher your disarray goes. And the difference between your disarray and the opponent's disarray, whoever has the bigger gets a damage penalty. So it's a way to avoid large amounts of disarray. But in this situation, the ADHD guys, Judicate, they've made the smart move of going over a singular bridge onto an island, because now 6 can't use all of their numbers. Sure, they've got the lower disarray on each force, but the forces can't really fight together because there's only one entrance. And you're just going to suffer from a lot of friendly fire. You can't drop your locuses because you'll be purging your allies. And it's pretty good. But I also wonder, like, are the 6 guys really going to suicide over this bridge, Shozen? Because this is an absolutely suicidal bridge.
Yeah, both sides are going to lose some players on this. Judicate, I'm watching from Coconut's perspective. I believe he's one of the shot callers for Judicate, or was a shot caller at one point.
There goes the 1-2. Oh, wow. Judicate getting caught out of the front. Giant pop from the tanks. They're going to lose a few people, but they are going to return some onto 6 and claps there. A couple of dead Doom guys. A couple of dead Judicates.
I almost feel like there's another bit of content going on.
There's the counter on the bridge. The icicles come down, the glacials, everything's coming. But wow, those defensives from 6. Finally, they run out of defensives, and all of the guys left at the front,
they all died.
Yeah, they all died.
There's a big chunk of them, too.
How many times are you going to do that before you just think, all right, well, this isn't the one? Yeah. The bridge too
it
far.
Depends if you believe you can do most of the looting or not. If you cannot do the looting, you do need to, leave. If you believe you can get most of the loot from this fight, you can stick around if you can whittle them down and secure all the loot at the end. If you believe that's worth it and you can pay the repair costs,
there is a lot of people on this island, though. There is a 35% force on this little island, right?
That's kind of wild.
There's no opportunity to flank them. There's no way you can bomb them from. Like, the only way is to brute force that bridge, and I don't see it as split alliances, because you're gonna clap so many friendlies. But 6 doesn't look like they want to give this up, Shozen.
I'm over here on Picard. I think it's a Star Trek reference.
Which side is he? Oh yeah,
He's over on Judicate.
I'm on the Mammoth because it's generally in the front. Although Ice Milo does need to think about a remount here. Look at the health on that Mammoth.
He's very low. I wouldn't want to be doing that. I would be in the back and I would be remounting.
It's very easy to not notice that because the Mammoth is so tanky. When you don't see a ballista, generally you don't panic at all. But I've been there. I've been there where someone goes, hey, the mammoth's really low. Be careful. And I'm like, holy moly. I am actually really low. Whoops. I just
you got to do that. Yeah.
Just looted the silver off the bridge. Whoops. Sorry, lads. Rip that 7K. Wow. The Judicate guys can even reinforce with bubble, by the way. Just saying,
oh, really?
Shozen.
Okay.
I actually think... Okay, so I actually think that guy dipped into a dungeon to rebubble. I don't believe he can make it from the gate. I wouldn't want to chance it anyway. But right now, like... Judicate have got stuff to do, though, haven't they? Because they're having a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, they're
okay.
in
4th place.
Yeah, they need to get some points.
Yeah, they probably don't want to pass up. Doom definitely don't want to miss out on territory claiming. It comes to push onto the bridge. Camland's going down. Nice catch. Some of the Judicate guys were really sitting in sloppy positions. Yeah. But there, the counter comes and it comes good.
That was really well done by Judicate. But now there needs to be a second
wave. 6 have to push the second wave. And here it comes. Here comes the second wave. And that's going to get annihilated too. No, Judicate's looters.
Walked in. They just walked in.
Judicate's bridge looters are going down, but the Doom guys...
one or two. They lost a guy who wasn't participating. He was looting. You generally have to, get that guy later anyway. Now you've got film of it. And you've got
sloppy, though. Like,
the death.
Judicate should know that the second wave is coming, and they shouldn't have people on the bridge. Like you know that's the play. If somebody brute forces like that,
here it comes. Here's another. Oh, they missed that. Poor timing.
And that's the Eagle is really good on the bridge here because you can just send the static storm straight over.
And the cluster queue is active, so there are more 6 members coming.
And yeah, wow, okay, there's a lot more dudes coming. Yeah, loads of 6 on the territory. Bunch more from a different 6 alliance. And then a bunch just chilling in this fight. The meat grinder. They're even, the Judicate are screaming at their members in Say chat not to loot. There's a lot of bodies on this bridge though. Like
it is tempting. It is tempting.
Sticky fingers. Oh, just go up and click that one body. But it's not worth it if you die, because then you lose your set as well. See the angle though. One thing they do have is 6 are able to drop the dummies from here. There's the push. This looks like a little fake 1-2. Nothing massively overcommitted. And look how deep Judicate go. They might not even turn on this one. They're not even going to turn on it. They're just going to kill the guy who's inside. There's a couple of guys, by the way, try and watch for it. There's a couple of guys trying to hook people in. Here comes the second wave. And Judicate, you can't send the second wave because Judicate didn't bite on the first one. So you know they're just sitting there with everything they need.
Absolutely.
And they're just going to blast you.
Boom. Goes the dynamite. I am still going around checking out who is where. And we do have a lot of groups out there. And it does seem that people are now aiming for the territories themselves. A lot less of the content search and more of the let me get my objectives situation.
I feel like 6 are actually just trying to check all the bodies and then leave.
Yeah.
Like, it does look like they're posturing to exit this fight. Yeah, they're mounting up. They've had enough of the Judicate meat grinder. Judicate will be well pleased with that. I mean,
that's a win on the battle board.
I don't know how much loot left. There's actually quite a lot of loot left on the bridge, looking at it.
Don't loot it, Lewpac.
I'm not looting it. I'm just having a look.
We're gonna have to change your name to Lewpac. I mean,
I do think though once everything's been taken, the trash should disappear.
I agree.
That's something I would like implementing.
Yeah, I think that would vastly improve the performance.
Yeah, too many less inventories there.
Mm-hmm.
AFK come. Oh, there is an AFK 6 guy with 7-3 galas, Concourse, CONCOR. Go through him now.
No.
His Zerg mounted up. He'd obviously gotten to the toilet thinking this stalemate is not going to end anytime soon.
No.
Oh, mate, what a way to come back. CONCOR. Concour. He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, you're not even going to see. That's just too long.
Judicator, actually, there's a Black Order Pest Lizard looter in 8-3. Tibor SK. They're trying to catch him. There he is. He's making a run for it. You see him to the north, Taz? I think he grabbed all the loot. Oh, but he gets rooted by the Grail Seeker. He gets second rooted by the Grail Seeker. There's another Grail Seeker about to root him. 1, 2, rising smash, second Grail Seeker, stunned. He might get away. He might get away. There's another stun run. Is there another stun? He hit another pest lizard. Oh, the other pest lizard. There's no honor among thieves. The second pest lizard who's not with him is dismounted to try and execute him.
Oh no!
And then he got into the roads with 5 HP. 5 HP got into the road. Wow.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy for him.
But the pest lizard, nah, pest lizard deserved to die.
No, that was good.
War gods.
Gosh.
Part of the 6 Alliance. They're in the 6-6 Alliance. Syndic. Go to Syndic. He's doing boss PvE today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've been playing an
bouncing
arcane.
around.
He's playing the arcane staff of all things.
But
Not
you know what?
Mammoth.
These guys needed support. So if Syndic, leads by example by picking up the support himself and teaching his members how to play support, that's a very positive thing for the PoE. They need more support players. Absolutely. I can understand why he's doing it.
And they didn't pull the mobs to the boss, which would have killed it there. That's silly.
Well, like Syndic says, these are mostly gatherers and PvEers, and they don't know what they're doing. So... Oh gosh, these guys have quite the disarray.
A castle fight
for IDC. Oh wow.
Castle fight right now. If you want to go to Nanitara.
You want to drop that in chat, please?
Yeah. Just got told about this one. PoE 2 versus Arch right now. Awful company bearing down on Battle Brave playing castle, and it looks like a massive outnumber and surround. But did you catch that, Clump?
That I did. Yeah, look at that bomb over the wall. That was
over the wall.
That was deletion. Who walked in on that?
There was
Who did that?
defensive. There was no defensives.
There was zero, none. None.
That's why you can see the difference between a Clump that gets hit with no defensives and Clumps that have defenses. These guys is gonna be. They're trying to grab the loot right now from the chest. I'd be focusing on getting out of here alive, but that's all good. What are they doing in the corner? Oh, okay. So they're trying to hide their numbers in the corner so that they can run out and clap. And they're gonna go for a play on the gate. They're going for a play on the gate. Shozen!
It's going to be another explosion. We do have what will be slightly better content over here on the Lonely Men as Slayaheda is taking on PoE VZ, I believe.
The Vibes gang, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to be better content, but apparently Slayaheda just, cutting through these guys like he warmed up the knife and then slid it through some butter. Holy crap. These guys aren't putting up much of a defense. It's...
Oh, Arch with the bomb over the wall. Very, very clean, but the enigmatics come down. Wrong aura used. They're going to actually try and retaliate on this corner over here. We got both on screen, Taz?
We cannot. We can only have one on screen at once.
Yep, we took a look over there at Slayaheda, back on Nanitara now.
I'll let you know when he gets back into the content over here. As it does look like PoE VZ wants to get another engagement on this. They didn't learn last time. They are going to come back for another go. And I think the Hogs are going to wrap this one. Hit him from the side.
Meanwhile, Arch take another bomb over the wall. X-Arch. They actually got a bunch of kills right by the Lord Room. I think they were using buffed up glacials. Because some people died miles away from the wall. And a few guys there who were bombing were a little bit slow to get back to the safe areas. They're going to pay the price.
Angelique is going to have content soon as well. So we have some of the larger groups about to fight. Hopefully we'll get to see that as well. Not just the awful company getting slammed against the wall. It's depressing.
No cluster queue here, which is always nice to see. And they're actually pushing down to the zigzag. And there
all right, actually, now is a good time to hop over to Slayaheda. I believe he's about to turn on this engagement He does have the view. He is leading them to a choke, and I do not believe his opponent is aware of what they're about to do.
They're down in a little pit, though, aren't they, here?
Oh, yeah. This is actually a good place to come out of. You can get really good vision out of this and go up through this choke. You can't be wrapped around.
Bombing up the wall?
Well, bombing up the wall is never great, even with Southern advantage. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like, if you know they're wrapping around to that choke, though, you can get the angle blind. It's not bad, but it's that cliff is so steep. It's very hard to place correctly.
I think it's good for both. It's a good defensive position to be low on this because they can't really bomb over that wall either because of the distance. And with the name tags, you can see while they're moving there. So it gives you a good opportunity to see when you want to turn. But here we go. Here's an unprepared group down to the south. Another quick swipe through here. Zero defensive, zero heal, nothing.
They were not ready for that.
Man, were they getting ready to PvE?
No, because I saw Grail Seekers. I think it was a flank, but I think they got caught before they could take position. And yeah, really good aggression from the Lonely Men there. Didn't give them a chance to react. And by now, their shot callers maybe got things under control, but he's lost half his group. And of course, if you lose crucial parts of your composition, and now the rest of PoE VZ are trying to find the wraparound. But this is really good. When you're being surrounded, it's very important that you do not remain stationary. Right? Unless you have a single choke to defend, you just keep on the move so that they can't coordinate. That is the most important thing. And we see it from all of the best Zergs. Like, the best Zergs in game's history know that you keep on the move. Don't let the enemy find the space to kill you or surround you. Find those wraparounds. And yeah, a few of the Lonely Men who were slow there got caught out, but the return fire onto that mage platform does claim a few lives in return, so they'll be okay with that. They are getting whittled down, and the numbers don't stop coming here, do they? When you fight against the megas, that's the thing. You always know that you're on a timer until more of them get there.
And it does seem like more of them are coming. I am currently checking out God's Plan over here in IDC, and they are getting ready to engage with Judicate, actually.
Oh, Slayer Hater's entire force just got held up by one Grail Seeker. The power of that weapon in the right hands can turn fights. Are you going to stay on Slayer Hater, or are you going to move then?
Right now, just stay on Slayer Hater. I think that this is a little bit more engaging, more back and forth. The Judicate guys just crossed off of that bridge they were on into God's Plan, and they
didn't have a good time.
They got judged. I'll get you a tank perspective for this fight in just a moment when it starts to settle on the choke.
Rimmy's coming down, and here comes the return. Lonely Men, they didn't take too much damage on that, but the defenses look really good. It looks like PoE VZ has, like, they've taken position now. They're ready to fight. They got caught out early on, but that was neat. Both sides got off and engaged there, but the Enigmatics saved so many, and here comes the push forward. A few stragglers from the Lonely Men are going to have to be helped here, because it looks like these guys are going to keep moving north. Nice use of the occults to get their friends out.
Well done.
And I think they're going to turn on this hill. There's more coming from the west.
There's more. It might be a quick hit to the west, though.
It might be a quick hit to the west before the south flank comes in. No, they're just going to keep peeling until they can pull them into a nice blob. They're herding the sheep right now. And now it's time to shear.
If you want to check out some quick shearing over here on I Blue Beard, he has just jumped in on that island over there where Judicate has been living for the last 40 minutes.
Well, you Tazzik, tell me where we're going, so because I need to know what he's on, so I can say what's on the screen.
We're just going to check this out for a little while because it is kind of static content. These guys are going to be holding this bridge for quite a while, but I did want to show it once again as just a lesson learned, guys. You're going to spend a lot more time ditty dancing on this bridge than you are fighting. But Judicate has been making it work for them. I don't know for how long, though, because I don't think IDC is going to play the same as what we saw earlier from, I believe it was the 6 Alliance.
Yeah, nice little, it's a nice bridge to hold, though, isn't it? Because it's a good one, because you know that you can't lose your Zerg when you have a fight like that. I do enjoy those sort of defensive situations, but Judicate really is trying to press the issue across here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And it's costing them men.
If that's stagnant right now, we can head over to Slayer Hater again, because I believe he is completely surrounded on all 4 sides, and he's trying to make a play to find out who he pushes through. So there's going to be death on one of these, PoE groups. He's gone north into what looks like a very weak push by the PoE V2. So we have V2 and I believe VZ here as well. They did not coordinate well. They made a big hole in their wrap, and Slayer Hater marched through and took out the northern group, and now has all of the PoE groups converging on an area where they used to be. And now he's got them all in one direction. He can attack them to the north as they try to stream across in 2 terrible chokes. And he really just led them very well.
The good defensives there. That was a really risky choke to push through, though, because they could have got countered on pretty hard. But
they are still getting countered on pretty hard here.
They are going to lose a couple there.
They're having a hard time with that choke. Well done by, I gotta say, really good job by the Lonely Men leading their opponents into that kind of position. All of them coming from one direction, all of them running through a choke.
They can still funnel them through that next choke as well. Once they get around the lake, there's another choke here to the north.
Yeah, they're going to it right now.
And I think that's what they're going to hit. They're just trying to get off screen so they get cocky, and then they're going to hit them hard. Any second here is going to be a straight hit to the north. Oh, another Grail Seeker, though. Those Grail
But not
Seekers.
Long enough. That was a nice Knight's Helm to clear that off.
That's it. That's the
Great cleanses across the board. Really well done with their support plays. They didn't get completely... they got stopped and slowed, but they didn't get completely shut down by that Grail Seeker.
A second Grail Seeker would have full stopped them there.
Yeah.
Like, they overlapped those. That was nice, though. That was a really nice catch. And I love how they went off screen, right? They just played on instinct. They knew that those guys would come through that choke, but they knew that if they sat on the choke, they wouldn't get them to commit. So they went off screen and then bounced back. That was really
hop
nice.
North with me once again. We're going to go check out iBluebeard just one more time, as they have about to push in onto the island. Full push across the board. Lots of death by the guys over here in IDC as they are getting hit with lots of counterplays. But the numbers are real, and I think they're going to be able to push through this. Yeah.
Yeah, they've breached it. And that's the thing, isn't it, right? When your back's against the wall and you're outnumbered, you cannot give up that choke at any cost, right? Because as soon as it's breached, it's going to be a massacre. Everyone on that island is now going to die for Judicate. They are recruiting e-girls, is the cry from Mighty G as he goes down.
Yeah.
Who isn't nowadays? I love iBluebeard. He's playing the bongos as well. Big bongo fan myself in ZVZ. Very underrated weapon, in my opinion, especially for pushing a choke like this.
Yeah.
Right? Just give him that. These 8-3 bongos, right, with zero spec will give you a 2.5k shield.
Not bad.
For 5 seconds, right? With a buff to move speed. But no! Now Surf has turned up! And now the IDC guys are going to have to go across the bridge, and...
They're in bad shape here. They are caught out of position. They're caught unawares, and I see nothing but death for God's plan here. Surf completely catches these guys off guard.
I mean, where was the scouting? Where was the scouting there?
I have to check where Domna is and see what is going on here. How is this going? There's, IDC half caught on the island, half pushed away. Surf completely chunking these boys.
Bluebeard with his 8-3 Oathkeepers as well. He's running
completely out of position.
For the exit. He's got
back onto Domna to get a perspective of where the fight is actually happening onto the choke.
Those guys were still looting, I think.
When they got hit, yeah.
They were probably still looting Judicate, and now Surf came in at the clutch time. Okay, they've kind of formed up a defensive line now. So they didn't completely collapse. And now it's their turn to play hold the choke, right? I see Mon JP over there for God's plan. These guys, they're gonna have to hold at all costs here because they've got all of the loot from their first fight. Here comes the cross, and whatever happens, no matter who goes down, you cannot give up that choke. But they're not returning the fire. Like, they let Surf go for an engage and let them off.
We have Nico Meister versus Angelique right now. if we want to head over to that fight, that should be a good one.
Which one are we going to? Are we going to stick with this or are we going to that?
Let's go to Angelique real quick. I'm going to make sure that there's content there because I've gotten 5 PMs right away. No, there is no content here. It's just an early warning. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and as soon as it actually goes down, I'll let everyone know. But it should be a good battle between these two groups. They're very skilled.
IDC, these guys, they need to punish these pushes. Like they let a couple of guys get picked off, and they let basically all of Surf escape the bridge, which is crazy. This bridge has seen a lot of action today, hasn't it?
Absolutely. This is 3 different fights that we've caught here already.
There's the DPS coming. There's some nice icicle glacials and permafrost on the bridge there, but Surf's defensive layers are really impressive. Obviously, they got the Mammoth for the defensive aura. They've constantly got these enigmatics coming out, the locusts, everything to support their guys. And look, the tons and tons of these wild staff areas just being thrown. Nice front line. And these guys can just stand there with anything. Like, unless all of the DPS hit simultaneously, they're not going to go down. But what's the plan here? Like, IDC...
Be ready. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about camera-wise. I was going to be like...
IDC, they need to make something happen or they're just going to get whittled down. And again, they're just letting Surf sit, like, really far forward. They need to get some catch. Finally, something comes out. Are they able to secure a few kills? Yes, they get some tank kills. But it's going to be a second wave. It's going to be a 1-2, and it might just be a full breach play here. Looks like Surf are posturing for the full cross. No, they bottled it. Wow, they were all really close. I thought they were going to go for it then. That seemed like everything got thrown at those tanks. Let's see. Yep, there goes Dominant across, and here come the boys. They're going for the full breach, I think. And that's what IDC were maybe waiting for. Maybe it was all a ploy all along, Shozen. They get some damage.
Nicely done. Nice engaged.
They only get a couple of kills, though.
Still very well timed.
And they actually get returned on pretty heavily. This is like just... This is a
we're gonna have to
very expensive game of chicken.
We're gonna have to come over here though. This is gonna be Reject Party versus Rang, 2 very experienced groups going at it. We have the remainder of Send, which is just Rang at this point, versus One Done, consisting of Madness and Reject Party right now meeting in a choke in a tunnel in Smuggler's Rut.
Angelique then.
Great content here. I'm currently on Nico Meister and Angelique popping back between the two. Angelique playing a little bit farther back than Nico Meister at the moment.
The One Done guys, they're looking for an engage on that choke. They got blocked by the walls there from these Eagles. Really nice play. They're going to get some casualties onto the Rang guys to the west. Gotta watch for these bombers inside. One of the battle mounts just got dismounted, so he's going to have to run for his life, and he's taking a lot of damage, and he's going to go down, actually. Dark Knight actually dies on a battle mount. Usually you don't see the battle mounts die till the end of a fight.
No, not generally.
He didn't respect the damage. He got dismounted and killed before he could get back to his boys.
Ouch.
These Syads on his golem pulling back. I'm trying to draw them through here. Yeah, because what's happening is if you see to the east, there's a bridge to the south and a bridge to the north, right? So like bombers from One Done are going up there and everybody else is pulling back northeast. And as soon as the Rang guys push forward to get an engage, people come from all 3 sides there. And the problem is you can't cross one of those bridges to deal with them because you'll be followed by the entire One Done force, which is a hefty 35%. I don't know what Rang is, but Rang is mounting and leaving. It looks like, except for the guys who were a little bit slow to get the message, and that always sucks. That always sucks to be those guys
being the
left
last
behind.
Guys, yeah.
I
don't know. This might be a rotation because they're not going out. They're going across the middle. Unless they're just trying to go, they might be going out the long way.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, maybe they wanted to get the other side of this tunnel. Nope. I see them taking the turn, Lewpac.
Okay.
Nico Meister is taking the turn. He wants this from the other side.
Going on. I just double checked on it.
Yeah, the bridge is still going back and forth. Surf versus IDC. Massacre in the bridge.
This is actually worse.
Like here they go.
Though.
Nico, yeah, it's an easier place to defend if he can push forward a bit. He can't do it from right here. This is a terrible spot to fight from either perspective because this choke is too long. You have to commit too much. So yeah, they have to come back around here. He's taking the right play.
They don't want to give up those little bridges though, because they're really nice to bomb from and retreat into. That's why they're pulling back. They don't want to fight on these bridges.
No, you don't want to fight on the bridges, but it's an easier way to wrap.
But now these
you want to get the engagement. Yeah, because they also don't like this. Rang was in a bad spot when they attacked the first time because of these chokes, and now you're going to see both teams rotating to get the better chokes.
Musical mounts are being played right now, Shozen. It's like, we'll mount up and we'll go around the back of you then. And then Rang will mount up and go around the back until somebody is happy with the situation. No, they're just leaving. Yeah,
just head over to Dominate for now, and I'll keep an eye on this fight, see who ends up engaging on who, if there's any content.
In that castle? Did Arch finally swarm that castle?
I didn't keep an eye on that one, sorry.
In the chat, Gluttony had said that Arch wiped Sun at the castle fight.
It looked like they were surrounded on all sides. And it does look it looks like Dominate's completely wiped that island now. And here come the Pest Lizards from Black Order, right on cue. As the loot hits the floor, the Pest Lizards will arrive, but the Pest Lizard gets caught. He's going to get rooted. They don't want him to get away with the...
He's fine.
Don't let him away with the shinies. In the meantime, apparently there's some towers and people are capturing them. As is tradition on reset day. Nothing, it doesn't look like there's much fighting over the towers. Most things I've looked at went to their usual owners, shall we say.
It does happen generally. You'll see a smattering of new guilds pop up and then a consolidation once again occur over the next week, which will be interesting because the points are crazy for the next 2 weeks.
What will be interesting to see is where the high HQs start popping up. Because the general consensus amongst people I've talked to is HQs will actually not be used for your base. They'll actually be used for staging outposts in wars because of their indestructible nature. Because generally, like, your prime base doesn't get
with
threatened.
3 Ls is going down on his mammoth over here. It does look like Rang was able to catch the mammoth. I'm on Nico Meister. 2 bars left. 1 done. Right over top, and they do engage. 1 Done says, no, we're not going to let this happen for free. We're going to engage on top of Nico Meister. 1 Done comes over the top from the north, making this an actual fight, letting their mammoth get some space. Does he actually get away? I cannot tell. There's too many flashes on the screen.
I mean, Command Mammoths are pricey now. There is a ballista locked onto it, but they have the tower. The tower is only a level 1, so it's not the best.
Well, it's still something, and they have found a place to defend from, so this fight is back on.
Have they, though, or is he going to bank the mammoth here, and they're going to just...
Oh, well, they're getting bombed over the wall. They got to be really careful.
I feel like he's waiting until he's out of combat to bank the mammoth here on wall. Yep, he's dismounted. He's gone to the bank here, and we'll see what he's going to do. Oh, no, he's remounting. No, is he remounting?
Yeah, I've been told that this fight is going to still go on. The guys over in Reject Party are saying that they are not done. They are back fighting Rang. They got to be really careful with these bombs on the wall. That's killing them. They can't let that happen. You got to be more respectful of your opponent than that, and you just lost, it looks like 6 guys from a bomb. That's not the word.
Or at least bomb them
Criers,
back.
What are you doing, my man?
At least bomb them back. It looks like, okay, they're going to go for a bomb on this south. That's pretty clean, actually. And they do catch a few of them out who they were fighting like 1 guy.
Yeah, they were fighting Criers, who's going to survive.
Criers,
I don't know how he's surviving that. Well done. I was calling this man out, but his team definitely kept him alive. Now it's going to be important to keep the rest of the guys alive and stop making those poor plays by getting too close to the wall there and not respecting your opponent with having your... wait.
This would be a prime example. I think there's another blob behind them.
Yeah, there's another group showing up.
Nope is behind them. I don't know if
Nope that's not. They're not friends.
I don't believe. Nope. I don't know.
I don't believe that any of these guys are friends.
Okay, well, it does look like Rang wants to do something here. Again, though, this is where GVG teams, man, hiring these GVG teams. If this was a level 8 tower instead of a level 1, right? Anyone that's ever tried to fight on a level 8 tower that somebody else owns will know how horrible it is, right? Because every guard is like another player at that point.
Lewpac, I want to say something here because I know how hard it is for these guys to level up their 5v5 teams and get them up to level 8. But it does sound like and I can't confirm this, but from what I've heard from the dev talks that we've seen so far, it does sound like those either the crystals, the power crystals, or the energy orbs. One of these things will definitely help you level your towers. We're looking forward to a dev talk that explains the two, the power cores and the energy crystals. Once we know more, we will hand that information off to you guys. But it does sound like there will be alternate ways to level up your towers, at least,
long as it's not
other
like,
than 5v5.
As long as it's not like a guarantee for everyone, if that makes sense.
It does not sound like you're going to have to make some choices here.
Yeah.
Do you want to level up your hideout?
Oh,
do you want to level up your HQ? Do you want to level up your tower? You're going to have options to do all three, and you're going to have to make choices as to what's most important for you.
Rang just got banged, Shozen. Big time. Oh, nice. Oh, the Gala from Rang didn't really get anything off there. He looked like he was about to pop off, and it was more of a, you know, when you get a big, impressive looking firework and you light it and you get all excited, and then it's just one of those ones that goes.
Yeah, or one of the ones that spins on the ground and just makes like sparklers or something, and you're like, what? Why?
He was flashing red. He was looking angry, and I was like, this is about to go, and it just was like. Disappointment. But Rang have been full routed here, and it's bang time. It's that lovely bit of the ZVZ where you know that everyone you see is just potential loot, and you know that there's no counter coming. They're full broken. It's great. You just run them down. Excuse me, sorry.
And here comes one done once again into Rang. This is continuing to be a
Jonko with a kill there.
Okay, John Koo getting
here comes another wave of Rang though. No messing this time. Angelique, nice early mage cowl from him, cleric cowl, making sure he doesn't get caught. And they're gonna go for the counter and the kill on some Rang, but the defensives and the heals are coming out. This is like two brick walls right now. No one is taking damage because of the absolute insane amount of enigmatics chilling at the back. Assassin hoods resetting everything for days, and here comes another flank from one done though. That might have been like the last hurrah from Rang, maybe just trying to buy enough time for the bulk of the force to get out. Or maybe they're just going to kite and look for another turn on cooldown. Who knows here? Oh, here comes the catch. The battle mount's taking a fair old chunk of damage. Mystic on the Grail Seeker. Nearly cost him his life to save the boys, but he gets out. And this could be the turn. They've soaked now. And they could potentially look to turn here if Rang want to do it. But honestly, I think they're going to get wrapped around on. I think they need to kite towards an exit or just kite towards somewhere that's a little bit better to fight in. Okay, they're going towards that little hill. Remember this hill? Who is it we saw up the hill? Homeless crew. We saw farm like 500 kills up this hill. Remember that, Shozen?
Oh, yeah. That was hard to forget. But I also have to remind you guys that we only have about 15 minutes left until we have to be off the air because we have to come back with level 20, well, the 20v20s, levels 4s and 5s at 19 UTC in just 15 minutes from now.
Oh yeah, because of the delay kicking in, of course. Okay, well we'll just keep with the action until then. It's been non-stop today, which is definitely not a bad thing, is it?
Not at all. And we have another update coming in. Cluster Q coming in now. Let's see what we see here. Who went out? Who's coming in?
It did look like the Nope guys were with one and done.
Okay.
Because they didn't engage them. There's some Gostop guys here, I believe, looking for some loot, which is nice. I mean, I don't know. Gostop have got a large force here. The Pogo guys, they've got 24% or 24 disarray in the zone. Rang are off to the south. Because PoE2 are flooding this zone right now. PoE and Nope still buds or not?
Yes, PoE and Nope are still buds. Nope, I believe, are citizens, whatever that means.
One done, I believe, is hostile to both sides.
I believe so, yes.
Although we did see Angelique. We did see Reject Party work with PoE during the last anti-PoE coalition.
Yes, during the last coalition. And there was a lot of interest in the... This was the Reject Sanity group you were talking about?
Yeah.
Reject Sanity, it made up of Madness and Reject Party. There was a lot of grumblings from the linemen, if you will, about being part of that, and they didn't want to be part of the PoE empire any longer.
Yeah, it's the thing is if you are a certain size and you live in the black zone, you usually end up getting sucked into these wars one way or the other via
or crushed by both sides,
voluntary means or extortion. Join us.
Usually extortion.
Or we smash everything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do.
Both sides are coming. Pick the side you're going to be on.
Yeah, exactly. Because the if you don't side with either, you just get crushed by both in the end, I guess.
Yeah. Each side will assume you're on the other side. I'm on iBluebeard once again as he's running into Infamy, who we have not seen in quite a while. And it does look like they are going to be engaged upon here on a choke.
As he still got his
kind
maracas.
Of trying to push back. Yeah, he still has his maracas.
Okay. Oh, he's downgraded. He downgraded to 6-2. Maybe he died then.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he died when he was running to the south all alone, and everybody cut him off.
He got through the door. He must have got killed in the next zone because he had 8 threes before. Yeah.
There was a cluster queue. It's not a good thing.
Right now, the Weast Alliance, like Kanye Weast, who is now called Yi, funnily enough, officially.
Yeah. It's yay, actually, like the end of Khan, yay. Yay. Okay. I thought it was Yi too, because he was describing it as the word that appeared most often in the Bible was Yi, so that's why he changed his name to Yay.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm. You
know. Bonkers, mate. I miss
running for Pope 2024.
I miss old Kanye.
You too. 808 and Heartbreak. What a great album. Come on.
Yeah. Nice damage there onto the Weast guys. They are going to get an good use of the Camlands there to set it up for those HOJs, the Hammer of Justice. Spinning God's plan.
Are we going to get Rang versus CIR here? Yes, we are. The All Might has jumped in on top of Rang. Nico Meister currently turning on CIR down here in Float Shoal Bite. So we do have multiple engagements on the world right now. I don't know if CIR is prepared for this.
Syndig's there and on his arcane staff. So who are we going to watch it from?
I want to watch this from Nico Meister. I want to see if CIR and PoE Prime can hold their own against Rang, a singular guild.
Okay, let's have a look. The Voltron, PoE Voltron has been assembled.
First engagement's very even. Lots of support by both teams. Well done by PoE absorbing a lot of that. Although the second effort did come in and we see a lot of dead bodies from Crimson Imperium Reborn flooding that choke. But there are more coming from the north, forcing Nico Meister and Rang to reposition their... They might leave a couple of guys out in the middle of no man's land here if PoE can hurry up and close in on this group. And honestly, it looks like most of the guys, except for 1 or 2, were able to get back across this choke. It looks like Rang is going to set up for another engagement here in another hold. They do have their Juggernauts in play.
Oh, that's a nasty
EQMS coming up over the top, though. Really well done by EQMS. Heading over this tiny little bridge, making use of it.
So good, though.
Oh, they're very good with defensives. They know how to put down their supports. This is one of the things that we have been trying to explain to other ZVZ groups as the weeks have been going on since the mid-season update. You can still survive a big offensive push, but you have to have supports in play. You can't do it with just 1 or 2. You can't do it with a singular locus anymore.
One thing I like to see from the bigger forces that a lot of the less competent groups that are big forces don't do, right, is tanks have just got to be willing to run with the enemy Zerg. Because if you have the superior force, you already know that the enemy cannot commit resources to kill 1 or 2 tanks, right?
Right.
So you could just stay inside them so that you're already in position when the engage comes. Like, you could be set up to cause maximum damage. And you'll see, like, can you see these PoE tanks here? You see this Camlan? Like, practically running inside Sen.
All Might. Yes, All Might is doing very well.
There's another guy there. That's what they need to do. Like, Sen can't turn and drop a DPS
they're
on that one
about to turn to the eastern flank here right now, and they do. And a great clump presented by CIR. Are they going to pay for it? Actually, no. Syndic and his
Grail
boys get
Seeker's
enough,
on point.
enough defensives down.
Point.
Very
yeah.
well done. Yeah, they needed
and now
that.
The flood over the top. This is going to get nasty, Shozen. This is what I mean about the tanks playing so tight, right? Because as soon as that happens, you're over them. Like, you're not a screen away chasing them. You're inside them. And you just, like, you don't give a Zerg as good as this a breathing room.
You can't. You can't let them have their space. That you have to constantly put the meat grinder to the, like, pedal to the metal on this. Guys, go through, push, push, push. We're going to lose some guys, but if we give them breathing room, we will lose all our guys.
Well, they are about
really
to lose
well done.
Everything here because PoE are just surging
they're
over
pushing
the top.
through. Yeah,
they're already over them. Like, do you know what I mean? These guys caught at the back that we're watching, right? The guys at the front are being chased.
Caller. Yeah, this is the shot caller.
The guys at the front are being chased.
Nico Meister.
I see
no attempts to keep him alive. His ice block is over. He's going to go down.
Let's find the Rang Mammoth then. Dreaded Legend is the Rang Mammoth, and he is going to be wanting to dip out of here, shall we say. I think he's going to be okay, though. He gets off the
it looks like there's enough space here for him.
The rest of the Rang boys, though, are not going to be so lucky. A few of them are going to make it out of here. All Might's already found a couple trying to escape, but unfortunately for him, he's completely out of mana. So he's going to have
And they did have Nope with Echo of Silence over the top, guarding the door for when these guys broke for the door. Well done by the PoE Empire.
From Pogo. Yep. I mean, this is the difference between, like, uncoordinated, inexperienced massive forces, right? Who you can just kite around, like we saw earlier. You can kite them, you can pull them through chokes, you can pick them apart, versus experienced Zergs that outnumber you, that don't give you that breathing room. That's how you play when you outnumber the enemy.
Chat is very mad that we didn't stick around for that Arch Castle battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, we could have sat there for the full 45 minutes and watched it, or, watched other stuff too.
It was actually a pretty good fight. It was the classic Arch with the numbers, the enemy with the defensive position. I mean, do you remember we saw, like, I remember they, like, Blue Army kited them around for an hour once in Red Tree. And just, like, got whittled down over the space of an hour until they finally died. But it was a spectacle to behold. It was a masterclass in kiting. Blue Army and Elevate were probably the best two Zergs I've ever seen at, like, kiting a fight out when you're up against it.
Yeah, Homeless Crew was good, but not quite the same level. There was
Homeless Crew usually hit. Like, they were usually on the offensive. Or they were out. Like, they didn't really play the kiting game. They were just like,
I gotta say, sometimes they did a good job at kiting, but they weren't. I wouldn't say they were on the level of, like, a King Mojo led Blue Army, which is the only time where they were really as successful at that kiting maneuver, or a Elevate kiting maneuver. They were very high level at that too, with a number of different callers. They had a number of callers who could pull that off.
So the EQMS, obviously ex-Arch as well, these guys. Now rocking with Syndic and the boys. No love lost there, I'm sure. But...
Oh, no. It's interesting what we see going on right now in the world of politics. I have no idea what to expect at this moment. Things are getting very, very
heated.
Yeah. Things are happening out there in the world of Albion. But unfortunately, we won't be able to stick around till the next bit of action kicks off because it's still going on. The guys are still about and they're still hunting each other down for.
What a reset,
it's wild. I'm being told right now that there's one done versus PoE still going on. I think that would be Angelique. I think. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is we can't stick around and watch this fight as we do have to go. We need a couple of minutes to reset the stream. We are on a 15-minute delay, so you will have maybe 3 minutes of downtime before we are back with 20v20 action live on the air, followed by more 5v5s and another reset day today. We are going all day.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Hopefully at the start of next reset, we can give you a recap on who captured what, because there was so much fighting. We didn't even get to look at the tower captures. Yeah, thanks for watching the reset here for the EU. I'll see you guys for 5v5s, but stay tuned for Robin, Shozen, and the boys, bringing you all of the 20v20 action. And we'll be right back on Albion TV.